Race 4 on the card, the first leg of the first jackpot, is a fillies and mares handicap at the 68 level over 1,400 metres. And quite a tricky contest, Warren, awaits us. They're betting 33-10 the field. Number 2, Sekhmet, the mount of Warren Kennedy for the Paul Peter stable. A 4-year-old daughter of Vercingetorix has been priced up 33-10 co-favourite, with the Shane Humby runner, number 4, Alsmere. Lyle Hewitson gets the ride, and who knows, he might well dominate the race meeting at Hollywood Bets Gravel on the Polytrack Wednesday, the 24th of March. Lyle Hewitson could well be the man to follow, because I do think in an open race, in a competitive race, and without too much confidence, that number 4, Alsmere, is the one to beat. Shane Humby's runners are going well. The stable is in a good space at the moment, knocking at the door. I'm sure she'll give you a very good run for your money.
You've got to remember that she's only had 4 starts for Shane Humby, and they've been improving starts. She's coming along the right way since relocating to the province. Jeffrey van Leer owns this filly. Yep, Lyle Hewitson really looks to be a jockey to follow. And as you mentioned, the Humby yard are in mustard form. So Ellesmere, certainly one of the leading lights. Very, very competitive though. Just a point I want to make about 2 horses. Let's jump to number 9, Made in France. Mark Dixon, Mr. Leonard Therese, and Keegan de Mello rides this horse. After showing promise, winning in her second start, she went off form, but I'm encouraged to see that she's slowly but surely coming back to what we know she can do, Made in France. She's lightly raced, and I'm just suggesting at 9-1, the punters may be including her in trifectas and quartets. And then let's jump back to number 2, which is Sekhmet. 2 points I want to make about Sekhmet, and I know I'm going back to the 30th of January 2020, it's some time ago, but it's just a point that I'm making there is this horse finished 7 lengths to Rio's Winter. Rio's Winter is a good horse, and on that run alone, she's got to have a chance. And if you look at her last start, the average merit rating on the 19th of January, Graham, she ran in a race where the average merit rating was 85. The average merit rating here is 65. I think that's going to bring her into the race with a massive chance.
And that last race was a plate race, it was a graduation, so she actually had no chance at the weights against Wisteria Walk. You're quite correct, it wasn't a bad effort, hence she's been priced up 33-10, hence there's a lot of respect for the Paul Peter trained daughter of Vercingetorix, because this, he's picking out some races, coming with a team of runners to Hollywood Bets Gravel and to KZN generally, and looking for the right races, looking to put his horses in the right race, and this is certainly the right race. At the 68 level, Sekhmet has got to be respected.
But there's plenty of others with chances. I mean, we've only touched on 3 or 4, there's plenty more.
Well, 11 Hot Money, 4 runs over the course and distance for 2 seconds and 2 thirds, so she's never been further back than third in 11 starts over the course and distance. Wendy Whitehead continues to get her winners. Jarbert Jacobs continues to get his winners. Hot Money is drawn out a little deep at gate number 11, but you ignore Hot Money at your peril. I'm a little perplexed as to why In Jest is stepping back in trip after having won over 1,900 metres last time, steps all the way back to 1,400 metres, but she... she's a fair sort of a filly. She could get into the fray.
And there's early money for this horse, Graham, when we took down the betting from 11-2 into 9-2. So there's already been a claim about In Jest, and she goes so well for Stuart Randolph.
But I'd like to see her over a little bit further, but you've got to respect her. I would make Hot Money a massive runner. I would make Sekhmet a massive runner. I would make certainly Alsmere a massive runner. I would have respect for In Jest and Made in France. And then also you've got to mention number 1, Ariano Spinner. Her course and distance form is also very good, 5 runs for a win and 2 thirds, so she knows how to get around the 1,400 metres on the Hollywood Bets Gravel Polytrack. And at this low level, FM68 handicap, number 1, Ariana Spinner is well drawn. Sean Veal takes the ride for the Paul Gatsby stable. Certainly number 1, Ariana Spinner has also got to be respected. So for me, this first leg of the first jackpot and the second leg of the pick 6, you've got to include all of those that we've mentioned.
Okay, well, that was my question I was going to ask you as our parting shot. What advice can we give you, the viewer and the punter? And Graham's just given it to you. Try and include as many as you can, the ones we've mentioned, because I think we're going to be in for a thrilling finish. Yesterday we saw some weak races that provided us with some thrilling finishes. I know you were in Gauteng, so you never watched the races, but you got the results. So, these low-rated handicaps can give us some wonderful finishes too.
Any race has the potential to produce a thrilling finish, whether it's a maiden all the way up to grade 1 level. And, you know, horse racing, the sport of horse racing has been seeing a group of similar ability horses giving their all in the closing stages, the jockeys giving their all, and you can get an absolute thriller out of a low-grade handicap just as much as you can out of a high-grade handicap.
That's race 4, 68 handicap. The suggestion is try and include as many as you can afford.